Welcome home, brave heroes. I'm Ash, this is HeroQuest, and today I want to look at Pathfinder cards, the Dragon's Demand. These, just like the game mastery cards that I reviewed a while back, are a deck of 54 full-color campaign cards for use with any fantasy role-playing game. They are published by Paizo. This set is from 2013. And I picked these up at my not-so-local game store. I think I paid the full retail $6.99 USD price for them, but I have a couple of other decks that I picked up for just $1 each, so these might be really easy to come by now. Anyways, let's read at the back to get a full idea of what these are exactly. Slay the Scourge. Get the most out of Pathfinder module, the Dragon's Demand, with these custom-made assortment of characters, treasures, and more. Item cards help you track all the best items and equipment. Face cards depict the most important NPCs, and new quest cards summarize key adventure goals to keep players on track. Designed specifically for use with Pathfinder module, the Dragon's Demand, this beautifully illustrated 54-card deck is easily the greatest treasure in the Dragon's Hoard. Conflicting information on the back. It says it's designed exclusively for this module, this Pathfinder module, and it is, but it can be used with any RPG, any tabletop role-playing game, and probably, as we'll find out today, any dungeon crawling board game. Here are all of our cards, including our attribution/advertisement card. Every card's an adventure. Right, so just like the game mastery cards, these are pretty well RPG agnostic. There's some references to stuff that you'd find in that Pathfinder module naturally, but nothing that relies on it in any mechanical sense. And the backs of the cards are just like the game mastery card. They're flavor text and notes, flavor text and notes. And the notes are there for your use. You can write whatever you'd like on the back to really give these cards their context in your game. We have scenario cards, each one describing a specific sort of like story hook or an objective, and you could easily chain these together to make scenarios that are multi-part or campaigns. And we have face cards. We'll get a closer look at all of these just in a second. Get to the very last section here and show you that there are item cards as well. Again, visually, they're just like the game mastery cards, so if you've got any of those and you want to mix and match, you can, and you can do so without any worries, because on the face of every card, there is some information that will help you sort these back into their appropriate decks, should you wish to do so. That won't focus, but this one says it's illustrated by Eric Husel and copyright 2013 Paizo, but the symbol, that is of the dragon. The Dragon's Demand. All right, so let's read off a few of these and see what they're all about. Closing the dark window. Somewhere within the monastery waits the dark window, a sinister portal to a distant part of reality. Close this portal and turn the dragon's alien allies against him. There seems to be an overarching theme here where you've got a bunch of townspeople who are curious about goings-ons in the nearby regions, and they don't have to necessarily do with a dragon, but there are cards here that suggest that dragon overall could have been responsible for a lot of these things. You could tie these together however you want, though. Rescuing Rima. Rima Kell is the dragon's prisoner, and she's heavily pregnant. Help her escape from the dragon, and make sure she makes it safely back to Belhaim. Belhaim is referenced a lot in these cards as well. You can replace this with a town of your choosing. Dragon Slayers. The dragon has made an impossible demand of Belhaim, and the only option remaining is to become Dragon Slayers. Seek the dragon in its lair and end its threat. I suppose you could allow your heroes to choose to just give in to whatever demand that is, as well, if they're a bunch of murder hobos. Let's see if we can go to something a little less epic. We have a couple of these cards that they could be objective cards, but they could also be like, here's what you have accomplished, here's what you've managed to do. Making friends or enemies. Make friends with one of Belhaim's families, turning them helpful toward the party, or make enemies of one of Belhaim's families, turning them hostile towards the party. You have more than just that one. We'll get to that in just a sec. Lots of references to the families of Bettelheim. A tower. There was one more. Oh, it's at the very end. Hero or villain. Make friends with one of Belhaim's factions, turning them friendly towards the party, or make enemies of one of Belhaim's factions, turning them hostile towards the party. A couple more of these we'll read through and then take a look at the faces. Helping Nighttail. There's unrest among the Blood Vow kobolds, and one of their number, Nighttail, has fallen from favor. If you help her take over the tribe, she promises they'll be good. Exploring the estate. Balthus Hunclay's estate is going up for auction, but the wizard doubtless left traps and guardians in his home. Make sure it's safe for the clerks to inventory its contents. You could explore his mansion. Disarming traps is an objective I don't really see in games like HeroQuest, so that would be really interesting. Rescuing Mafe? A strange shadowy woman named Mafe has been imprisoned in a chamber below Hunclay's estate, trapped by magical light. She's promised to aid you if you save her. And restoring Mafe, we have exploring Hunclay's cave. Hunclay's a mysterious figure. He's really mentioned quite a bit in these packs, but definitely strange. The monastery mystery, exploring the crypt of Tula, sanctifying the crypt of Tula, learning a name, the collapsed tower. This one's pretty interesting. The Baroness of Belhaim wants you to investigate the ruins of the collapsed tower and find out why there were dead kobolds mixed in with the tower's rubble. Finding Hunclay is another one. You could make this related or make this an alternate story path. Either the previous tower card or this one could be relevant, or both to your story. Balthus Hunclay has long ranted about the tower blocking his view, and now he's gone missing. Find him and learn whether he had anything to do with the tower's collapse. Maybe your party never finds him. More references to the Blood Vow kobolds, the Aspirant's Path, defeating the 4 lieutenants. There's a name, 4 names, Asmur, Goladrith, Thena, and Pentosh. These are the names of the 4 lieutenants. Each one of these could represent a quest, a distinct, specific quest to finish. Wolf hunting, kobolds prisoners, finding the Kells, best friend or worst nightmare, make friends with everyone in Belhaim, turning them friendly, or make enemies of everyone in Belhaim. So those are the scenarios. You can mix them, you can match them, you can be very selective, you can use different ones for different parties. And now we have the face cards. The face cards, you could use these in a variety of ways. You could deal them out to people as sort of objectives. They've got to talk to these folks. Everybody's got their own name. You could choose to use this name or completely ignore it. Just use the face cards. You can have it to where the adventurers have distinct obligations to each of these characters, which you can roll on that and generate them as well. Or you could make them specific targets of your heroes. Perhaps there are villains. There are definitely villains in this pack, as evidenced by that dragon. But you've got some really cool people too. And by the way, that's Pentosh. So your four generals are in this deck as well. Again, the context is up to you. Why you would want to be talking to them, searching for them, hunting them down, fighting them, investigating them, imprisoning them, turning them in. All of that is subject to your story. I love the kobolds, and I especially love this one. Kobold petting his dragon friend. I actually really like that. I like that they caught a picture of that guy in a moment of candidness. Here are the items that come with this set. Breastplate, crest, dragon scales, key. That one looks very ethereal. You could use this in magical ways. Arrow, falchion, kukri, longsword, book, and dust. That's it, just dust. Why dust? I don't know. If you're playing HeroQuest, you could easily make this card a refill of the Genie ability given to the wizard. Dust could also be a way for any of the other heroes to summon the Genie. That would be very OP. You could also have dust be refilled whenever you destroy a gargoyle and crush his rock hide into dust. So, heroes, that's the Dragon's Demand campaign cards. I have 2 other sets that I'm going to review right here on the channel, so keep an eye out for those, or go check them out if they're out. And, as always, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Comment anything you like down below. Go watch another one, and I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your day. Onward.